Porn is popular, whether you like it or not, whether you choose to indulge in it or not. Many people enjoy watching it as a means to satisfy sexual urges in place of an absent partner. Some just watch it for entertainment purposes. You might be sitting around, you want to laugh. Some people use it that way. Some couples even choose to use pornography as part of their foreplay. Porn can be fun and is no longer seen as something that single, lonely, kind of depraved people do, like on the sly, on the quiet, you know, behind closed doors, or hidden and sleazy. It's no longer that. Both men and women alike indulge in porn, quite sensibly for the most part, but there is a darker side. Hardcore porn, unrealistic expectations and addictions, and of course, the overexposure of porn to young people. That's alarming and very worrying. In this video, I want to talk about all of that. So yeah, welcome to Share Thoughts. I am Cheryl, and these are my thoughts. It's no secret porn is pretty staple in a lot of people's lives. As I said before, it's entertainment for many and it's a perversion for some. There is every kind of porn imaginable. Anything you can think, anything you can fathom, anything you can imagine, there is porn for it. Basically, if you can think it, someone else has thought it and filmed it and put it on one of these websites. Some of the stuff available really does make my eyebrows jump off my face, and it takes a lot for me to be shocked. But there is some shocking shit. Gone are the days where porn took the form of like a XXX magazine that sits on the top shelf in the newsagents. Yeah, it's all cloak and dagger business. Those days are over. Overdone and dusted. These days porn is everywhere. It's accessible, crazily accessible. And that's not always a good thing. More and more social media sites seem to accommodate or house porn or allow porn to be on their sites. You know, these kind of platforms go some way towards sort of normalizing it. Pornographic material is available everywhere. And with the rise of ethical porn as well, sites are now allowing people to indulge in a more realistic kind of relatable porn. I want to talk about some facts first. I love a fact. Around 12% of all web pages are actually pornographic. No surprises. 25% of search engine requests are related to sex. 35% of downloads from the internet are pornographic. Again, I ain't surprised. I mean, what else are we downloading? Music and porn. That's basically it. Porn is a global industry. It's estimated at like $97 billion. So that's probably about what, 97 billion. I mean, I don't even know what the conversion rate is. About 60 billion. But yeah, I'm saying roughly about 60 billion pounds. Lesbian was the most searched for porn term. And interestingly, Sunday is the most popular day for people to view porn. I wonder why. Is it a can relax kind of vibe? Ain't got work today, watch a bit of porn, have a lie-in? Or is it, okay, it's the night before work, essentially, for a lot of people, let's watch some porn to relax? I can kind of see. It is funny though, because watching porn is often seen as a man thing. I feel like people still have that kind of notion that it's fundamentally something that men do. That's bullshit. More and more women are being vocal about the fact that they enjoy porn. Stats tell us men between 18 and 24 visit a porn site at least once a month. Only once a month, at least. I would have thought that was higher. And the largest consumer of online porn are men between the ages of 35 and 49. That's interesting. Here's a fact for all you women watching porn naysayers. 1/3 of all internet porn users are women. They watch for the same reasons as men, to bust a nut, satisfy sexual urges, you know, rub one out, that kind of thing, the usual. So whatever a guy is watching it for, women are doing it for the same reasons. Women tend to enjoy watching more same-sex porn and are more likely to search and view lesbian porn than men would search and view gay porn. These kind of viewing habits work with the idea that men watch porn to vicariously engage in acts they probably would never do in real life. You know, can't even think of an example, but you know what I'm saying. Men will watch and they'll be like, yeah, that could be me. In reality, it ain't gonna be me, but I'm just gonna go ahead and watch it and pretend it's me. Like, classic bukkake. I feel like a lot of men would watch that and imagine themselves in that situation. But in reality, how many men are going to sit there and be squirted on by like a bunch of different women? It's probably not that real. Women, on the other hand, tend to watch things they are more likely to indulge in and try, or would like to try. Although having said that, that's not a blanket rule, it's just a theory. The bottom line is, surprise, surprise, women are just as sexual. Actually, no, I think women are more sexual than men. But you know what, I'm not even gonna go into that because that's a whole other episode. I'm gonna talk about that one day though. If we take on the argument that we are what we eat and the things that we consume actually become part of who we are, then perhaps the kind of pornography that we indulge in can have a similar effect. It's no wonder the perception of sex and what constitutes good sex can become blurred for some people. Hardcore porn represents an unrealistic expectation of what sex is. It also creates an unrealistic view of what is attractive as far as women are concerned, especially like their bodies, in terms of like, quite often it's fake tits, it's BBL, it's tummy tucks, the sort of Barbie type vulvas. And of course, let's not forget the ability to squirt bucket loads of fluid, which for a lot of people is crazily unrealistic. I mean, yes, there are a lot of women that have fake tits. There are a lot of women that get BBLs. There are a lot of women that have Barbie type vulvas. And yes, there are women that can squirt loads. That's fine. The issue is not about that. It's about showing a wide range or leveling the playing field a bit, because you've got young girls out here or young women that are looking at porn, and guys, actually, you've got young girls and guys that are looking at porn thinking, yeah, so what it is now is I've got to get this bitch, because essentially that's often how women are portrayed in hardcore porn, as a bitch. So I've got to get this bitch with fake tits that stand to attention. She's got to have a big ass, snatched waist, lips like flipping a blow-up love doll. She's got to be able to take a pounding on the pussy for hours. She's got to be able to take dick in her mouth, in her bum, and in her front, all in one go if necessary. She's supposed to be able to take as much skeet as is necessary, and she's supposed to be able to take whatever position that's administered to her, and God forbid if she can't take it in the bum. All these different things, these expectations are generated because of hardcore porn. Now, it's not to say that all those things don't happen, and it's not to say that people don't indulge and engage in things like that. They do. But if all that is being churned out is that's going to create a mad view, especially in a young person's mind. And not even just in a young person's mind, in any man, any woman's mind. Women are going to be insecure because, let's be real, the emphasis is on how the women, because some of the men in porn are just like, really? I wouldn't even be so bothered about that, because it's representation, it's realistic representations. Not everybody's a stunner. That's fine. But if we're going to do that, then we have to balance it. I mean, I know, like, for the most part, porn producers are men, so it's going to have that kind of biased effect. Although there's a lot of women coming up, though, in the game, I have to say. This is classic for men to ask whether a woman can do some of the stuff on these pornos. And I'm like, hold on. Say, for example, you're going to ask me, I don't know, if I could take a back shot for hours. Can you deliver a back shot for hours? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. You're asking me, can I take it? The real question here, homie, is, can you deliver it? The answer is probably no. Do you see what I'm saying? The expectations are mad. You're going to ask the woman if she can do this, that, and the third, but have you asked yourself if you could deliver your part, or the apparent male part of what is required? No, it's unrealistic. But jokes aside, I'm not trying to make light of this, because it's actually very serious. We have a generation of young people that are growing up with a really skewed view of sex. Not all, definitely not all, but there's a lot. And especially those ones that don't have or aren't able to have access to really good sex education in school, or they don't have parents or family members or friends that are able to talk to them about what's really popping, I suppose even just flipping it from like women that are kind of desensitized to hardcore porn, they may come with this huge expectation of men. So it's not just men expecting from women. A woman can see a dude in a porn come with his 9/10-inch dick, just laying it down for what seems like hours, making her squirt, making her come, making her just bent up, literally just being able to fuck on cue, hold back your ejaculation and just do the damn thing. Now, that's not real. For a lot of guys, I can't even remember what the average is, but it definitely ain't hours. It's more minutes, like minutes of penetration. And then it's like, yeah, I need to come. You might be able to knock one out and go again, but that's not the point. In porn, that's not how it's perceived. It's like, yeah, just going to do this woman until she can't take no more. And then you get the money shot at the end, like to say, yeah, sex done. It doesn't always work like that. In fact, it doesn't really work like that. In reality, it doesn't really work like that, does it? Come on, let's be honest. It doesn't. But we're cool with that. Well, we should be cool with that. And that's the problem. When you grow up with these expectations, like, you don't know how to be cool with that. Although I do happen to believe that a lot of these people that do have these expectations, as they gain experience and engage in sexual activity themselves, they'll soon realize, well, I'd like to think they would soon realize what it really is.